Well, welcome to the show. We're back. Here we go. That's that. Yeah, the guy that uploaded the last episode, I guess he uploaded an old episode. It's fine. I mean, good for you. I want you to, by all means, get eyes on it. You know, the reality is that we can count those views. We don't really give a shit. We don't have advertisers. It doesn't really matter. But the same fucking guy posted the video of me blowing Bobby Kelly on the same channel. And I'm like, well, dude, if we're going to let you post all these Legion of Skanks videos, all these other Real Ass podcast videos, now this, and you're still going to fucking troll me, you asshole?
But isn't the video of you blowing Bobby Kelly something that you did and someone recorded?
It's something that you did at a public event.
Right.
And broadcast.
This isn't like a right to privacy issue.
No, but it's not like he posted the context of it being a dildo on a podcast and me being.
He didn't specify.
No, it's just a 6-second video of me blowing Bobby Kelly. It just looks like me blowing a fat guy.
Yeah.
So.
But you did it.
But no, I didn't actually blow Bobby Kelly.
I don't understand what the complaint is. This an intellectual property complaint, or you're just mad you blew Bobby Kelly?
This is a very complex legal issue.
Yeah, it's Your Honor. I'd like to point out, the First Amendment makes room for a lot of things in terms of fair use.
Yeah.
But I don't want people knowing I blew Bobby Kelly.
I didn't blow Bobby Kelly, and that's the point. And that's fine if people.
A lot of people in LA thought you were blowing Bobby Kelly for real, and everyone thought it was a fun stunt.
Yeah,
I know. They were like, "What a great! This guy really wants podcast views."
And then when everyone found out it was a dildo, they were like, "Everything's fake. Everything's a lie."
Yeah.
The video starts off, and Lewis goes, "Look, I'm every Los Angeles comedian."
Yeah, they all actually suck dick. That's the reality. All of those guys in LA that thought it was real.
Yeah,
people were texting me. I was like, dude, I know you suck cock.
Right.
I literally know you suck cock.
What's very crazy is I'm the only guy they all won't fuck. It's very, very depressing.
It's probably Thomas Dale too. The mistake is exiting the closet and then no one will fuck you. Once you step out of the closet, it's like, come on, man. Everything's about secret societies out here.
Right.
It's the same thing. You imagine being like, well, I'm a pedophile. And they're like, shut up, man.
Yeah.
Keep
it low.
We're not worried about going to jail. We're rich. We keep it a secret because we want to be cool.
Yeah.
We don't fucking David Geffen could just fucking take out a full page ad in the New York Times that said, I 100% rape children. And there's nothing you can do about it. And he would be right.
Right.
There would be nothing that could be done about it. The reason it is a secret is because he's trying to be slick.
Well, it turns you on more if it's a secret.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
If you're really trying to get
there's
that
nothing
nut
that
off,
kills your boner more than public pedophilia.
Mm-hmm.
That's half.
Yeah.
It's half of the excitement is the fact that it's this little secret hidden. Sexy secret that you have.
It's with the way it is now. It's got all these weird symbols. There's kind of like an Egyptian element. It's like it's not only like you're raping kids, but it's like you're seeing The Mummy 1999 for the first time.
Right.
Which is never good on a rewatch. But I tell you, in theaters in 1999,
with a kid, phenomenal.
With a child
is great. Yeah.
Getting molested by the substitute teacher that liked to hang out with some of the students.
Yeah.
After class, going to see The Mummy, getting molested.
And then going to the Cheesecake Factory, that's an afternoon.
That Cheesecake Factory also has kind of like a ancient Mediterranean.
It's got to be thematic. It's got to be thematic. And you can do whatever you want.
It did have almost a child molestery vibe to the decor.
If you got a booth in the Cheesecake Factory, you could do whatever you wanted. It was VIP time.
Right.
Cheesecake Factory was 2 or 3 levels above the quality restaurant that my family would bring me to.
Where would you go? Like a Bennigan's?
We'd go to like not even, dude. Not even like it would be McDonald's, Wendy's would be sort of the top of the mountain with my family. We were pretty fucking pretty.
That's not the mountain. That's not even. There's not a single fast food restaurant that's on any kind of elevation whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean Wendy's in the 90s was certainly good, but
Wendy's was. I remember my dad used to go to Wendy's.
It was amazing.
My mom left. My dad got into like square hamburgers, but it was like, it was like an adult thing. Like the things I thought were adult, like my dad being mature, having a square hamburger. And because his wife's gone.
Just sitting there alone eating a square hamburger. You're like, oh, that's what manhood is.
Yeah, one day I'm gonna be
with a baked potato instead of fries.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my Wendy's hamburger on a fucking plate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home, get a plate out of the fucking cabinet, and eat.
Is that what he did? He put it on a plate. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's intense.
Serve it to himself with a beer.
I was such a fat kid. I couldn't even get it home. I would never. I'd never brought fast food through my through my doorway in my life. It was always eaten on the way home.
Yeah, the passenger seat of your car is supposed to be filled with cheeseburger wrappers.
Yeah,
Lewis, are you worried about Corona because it is killing blacks and Hispanics?
I don't consider myself black or Hispanic.
Yeah.
The only reason
my father was a dirty Afro Latino. So
the only reason I asked you that question is I knew what your answer was going to be. Yeah. You're going to say I don't identify.
In fact, can you edit that out, Brian? I don't.
Yeah, that's why I'm not afraid of AIDS.
Yeah. Yeah. But Nick, you were sort of like me. I'm assuming when you were a teenager, your car was just completely riddled with junk and garbage.
I didn't have a car as a teenager, but as an adult, yeah. I mean, till now, still, yes. There's still garbage all over. Yeah. My car is currently filled with garbage. And then I try to take care of it. Like I take care of my car, but then I'll fucking spill shit all over. I'm not, because I don't like cleaning. I like making something nice and then fucking it up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm with you. The same thing. Like I never had anything nice in like my apartment. Like I would never, like I have a cleaning lady now, luckily. So she comes. Well, she's not even coming. I actually paid my sister as my cleaning lady to come yesterday.
Tim, did you see that fucking bullshit article about how like women can no longer afford in-home help and it's taking its toll?
No, I didn't see that. That's crazy.
It calls for subsidized. Zoe Kazan shared it. I don't know if she wrote it, but
it calls for subsidized maids.
Subsidized maids. I mean,
great.
Like, to what degree you have to just lack all self-awareness? And
wait, explain this to me. What do they explain? What the article says?
It says that I didn't even read. It
says that like women can no longer afford to pay for your sister to come to their home.
Right, exactly.
So the government should provide the money to do so.
There's stuff like this. It's like there's people are like, oh, this is just clickbait, and I 100% believe that. I mean, there's no way that that's a real take. And now that there's Corona, there's a market for clickbait again, because there wasn't for a while. I mean, like we kind of ran out of things to be mad about after Trump got elected. So, like, every 6 months, they try with some bullshit like, Wallace and Gromit are gay icons. Deal with it.
Right.
Debate on Twitter about whether or not Wallace and Gromit are in a homosexual relationship with each other. And it's like, I know I don't care. I know I know it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I now have to participate in this. It's like watching fireworks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, if other people are doing it, I guess I'll get involved.
Well, I'm just happy that Kroger just ended the $2 extra hero pay for the grocery store workers who should have gotten that extra $2 anyway, just because it would have been humane to pay people.
Are they considered heroes, grocery workers?
Yeah, Kroger has now ended their hero pay. They said
Kroger for years was paying the mentally disabled people that bag the groceries $2 an hour.
Yeah, Kroger's famous for
And then because of Corona, they said, sorry, everyone, we can't pay the retards anymore.
Yeah. Kroger pays pedophiles with children. They're like, you can just grab anything you want in the store, but you got to stack the cereal boxes. Hang out in the cereal aisle. That's where all the kids are, and just go to town.
It's like if you work in a supermarket, wouldn't you just you can't, is it the same thing? When I was a kid, you couldn't just quit your job and get unemployment. You had to get fired, right? You had to get laid off. Is that the same thing now?
Growing up as a kid, I used to have all the unemployment rules memorized as a fucking 6-year-old boy. I knew exactly how unemployment worked. I only this year learned electricity for my 7-year-old's homework. But when I was a boy, the thing that
I knew about all the scams. We knew about welfare. We knew about Child Health Plus.
But Do you have to get fired now to get unemployment?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
If you work at a grocery store, I mean, just fucking get fired. I mean, why would you go into that shit job?
There's states now because they demanded everyone stay home. Businesses had to close. Now businesses are reopening and they're offering people their jobs back. And there's certain states that are asking employers to report employees that refuse to come back to work or get their old job back. So that their unemployment
benefits, you can cut their benefits.
So their benefits can be cut. So they created this whole fucking system. And then now they want the companies to narc on. Everything is set up to just continually fuck people over further down the ladder in new and interesting ways.
Right. Yeah, they stay like one step ahead of. That's what a lot of the reopening stuff is. Like, some of it's obviously people want to work or whatever, but a lot of people that are like pushing the reopening, they're not going to work.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going back to fucking work.
Yeah.
They just want their employees to go back to work, and if they don't, they want to cut their benefits. They want to be like,
Tim, are you ready to go back on stage? Are you doing any shows this summer?
I'm not going to do shows for 25% capacity and people in masks because I think it's going to suck. I don't want to tell my fans to come out to something that'll suck, and I just think it's going to suck. So I'm ready to go back when it's good.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat because it's like theoretically, I mean, I might try to book a one-nighter in like Texas or Georgia.
Yeah, I might too. Something like that.
Just to test it out and see what it feels like. But
like, dude, I might go this weekend. There's a kid I know, this good kid. I don't want to say his name, but no one will care. But like, he's doing comedy at House of Comedy in Phoenix. It's a 6-hour drive. I might drive down there and do like guest spots on the shows just to see what it's like. But listen to what it's going to be like. It's 75 people in a room that seats like 450. They're all going to be spread out. They're encouraging people to wear masks. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
Can I say, I think
it's funny. It's going to be what comedy was when I started. It's like 2005 all over again.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be, I think you're going to get used to the masks in the room. I think it's going to turn around very quickly. I got a gig in Phoenix at the end of June. I think Utah's coming up. I got another one coming up as well. I'm going to see what's up. I don't really give a fuck. Dude, it would be
hilarious if you did that gig and then we're doing this podcast, me, Nick, and you, but for you, we just have R.I.P. Lewis and it's just a photo of with like a cross.
Yeah. You get beaten to death by paramedics.
Yeah, you don't even die from coronavirus. You're shot by a cop. There's absolutely no outrage in the country.
I'm going to try and book a nursing home in Jersey. And I feel like we need to start pushing the hardest in the hardest hit markets first and show that those markets can be repaired. And then
we can't abandon 80-year-old diabetics who want to laugh.
Yeah, we're sending Bob Hope. We're doing a Bob Hope show at
I'm trying to eat healthier though, Lewis. I'm trying to exercise. I'm trying to build my immune system. Because Lewis, let's be honest, a lot of people that we know, their age and they will die if they get anything.
Well, so I keep on calling Big J a bitch and Bobby Kelly a pussy, and I'm like,
no, they're gonna die.
These guys might die of the normal, like a cold,
I might die.
The common cold.
Stop's scared, and then we get into like arguments about it, because it's like, okay, well, you got mad at me when I was like, hey, maybe you should be like mindful of your health when your tooth fell out, or when you ripped all the fibrous material on the bottom of your foot
from playing 3 minutes of basketball.
Literally, the playing basketball for 3 minutes
with other fat comedians,
passing the ball to somebody. You shredded the fascia of the webbing that holds your body together. You tore.
Pivoting.
Yeah, pivoting. When I said like, hey man, like you should look after your health, you got mad at me. And now there's a virus that isn't real, and that's when you want to fucking.
Listen, it's real if you're black. It's killing blacks.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Possibly. I have enough African blood inside of me
that'll get you. Let me tell you right now.
Me. I just don't. I'm being healthier too now. But I just started jogging again. 4 days in a row now I've jogged.
That's not healthy. You can't exercise too much. That'll also lower your immune system. You have to exercise just the right amount, which for me is a walk to the end of my street and back. That's literally what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to exercise too much because that lowers your immune system.
That's psychotic.
That's a fact, dude.
Tim, that is a
you
fat
eat
guy
Magic
fact.
Spoon cereal, Tim Dillon, fruity cereal every morning, and you walk 2 blocks a day, and you're safe.
Did you see those people dying of like blood clots? And there was a couple of weeks where they're like, why is COVID giving young people blood clots? And then
they're sitting in their house.
Yeah. And then a couple weeks later, it's like, oh, right. It's because we forced everyone into a sedentary state and it's horrifically fucking unhealthy.
This 350-pound teenage girl has bed sores. Why?
Right.
How did that happen? You mean there's health consequences? We're not, it's that everything is a fucking trade-off?
How did COVID turn my son into a transsexual? That's the question. How did that happen? That's going to be an article in a year. They're going to be like, COVID made my son gay and we're proud of him.
Yeah. It's what would be great too is you find out the police release a statistic that they haven't killed a single black person in the last 3 months. They're all being guys. It's COVID's getting them. This guy got hit with COVID 4.5 times in the chest.
Yeah.
After waving his hands aggressively at a boat.
COVID shot this guy's pit bull, broke into his house, threw him on a floor, and broke his ribs.
Well, Eric Garner he couldn't breathe because of the corona.
That's gonna be the new article. Eric Garner, first COVID fatality in America.
Right. I mean, this shit is driving the New York Times insane because they're like, look, we're just liars.
we don't know who we're lying for or why, but
we can't keep track of how to lie or what to lie about. It's like just being like, should we say? I think today we're saying that there's 0 chance the virus came from China, and to say otherwise makes you an Italian a Francoist.
Yeah,
it makes we don't know. We don't know.
Andrew Cuomo is calling it the European virus.
Yeah.
He's the guy who killed the nursing homes, murdered them in New York City.
Is he calling it the European virus?
Yes.
This is the European virus.
So why is it not racist to call it the European virus, but when you call it
because Europeans are white.
Dude, liberals are fucking retarded.
That's psychotic.
They're just
psychotic.
They're just
it is correct.
They're the fucking dumbest people in the world. I mean, to be in the middle of this fucking crisis, assuming he's sold on the idea that this is as bad as he says it is, and he's going to get on TV and make a point of calling it the European virus.
It is bad. I mean, his brother pretended to have it.
A month after, he's literally crisis acting.
Yeah. Chris Cuomo never had the coronavirus. Clearly never did.
No chance. But no one's even saying the Chinese virus discourse ended 3 weeks ago. No one gives a shit.
Nobody's going up and smacking Asians in the face going, fuck you. Like, no, it's not happening.
Yeah.
I got no problem with Asians. And I'm pretty racist.
I got to be honest with you. I have not had Chinese food since this happened, though. I don't know why.
Yeah, I've had it a bunch. I tried to get massage. I ordered a massage the other day, and it wasn't a Chinese, but I was looking at Chinese massage therapists.
Yeah,
because they're cheaper.
Interesting.
They're fucking way cheaper. But I had a big Polish lady instead.
I would love some Chinese food, man. I haven't had Chinese.
I would love. Yeah, me too. I would love it, but I have to build.
But I mean, it's not even if they had coronavirus and they coughed into your food, they cook it. You know, they're gonna cook away the virus. I mean, I almost guarantee if you put coronavirus into a wok, it's gonna be cooked away.
Yeah, I hope someone asks Trump that question. If they raise their hand, they go, "Mr. President, if they put coronavirus in a wok, what do you think would happen?" And I hope that he says, well, I imagine it'll be cooked away.
It would be. That's not a crazy assessment. That's
literally what they're doing.
Like, why would people not order Chinese food? Like,
they hate Trump so much. Like, a lot of the press now, they're asking ridiculous questions of Trump. They're like, listen, he's fucked up a lot, but like the press has gotten so ridiculous with Trump. They're asking absurd questions that it's like, they're like, were you aware that a 36-year-old died in Metuchen, New Jersey? Would you like to say something to their family? It's like these gotcha. Like, they're like, would you like to say anything to Yashanika's family who watched her die? Okay, she had cerebral palsy. She was a strong black woman, and now she's dead. So, Mr. President, look into the camera and speak to Yashanika's mother.
She had diabetes, stage 4 cancer. Yeah, she had 2 amputated legs.
Yeah. It's like, because they know whatever he says will be wildly offensive. Like, they're
That's
like,
hilarious.
there's no way he can back out of this without offending people.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there is nothing he could say at this point. I mean, you would say that day one of his administration is like there's nothing he can do to say that would be worth reporting on. But I think now with this corona shit, they've finally run out of. There's no story he could. Like, Trump's called the virus the N-word, and people be like, I'll read this later. I'll see if somebody else reads it and tells me about what happened, but I don't care.
Joe Biden is campaigning virtually. He's refused to leave his house.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like he refuses to leave his home, and he wants to be the president.
It's going to be interesting to see what the voter turnout in the general election is.
Yeah.
It would be very funny if it was something like 27%.
Yeah, like no one even pretends to care.
Just an absurdly low number.
Like, I mean, shouldn't they technically make some sort of online voting, a feasible option at this point?
Soros Communications team up with Shadow Incorporated.
Yeah, there's going to be online voting. It's just not going to be active in areas where people don't have,
Yeah.
It's like coronavirus testing is like drive-through testing. It's like people without cars just die. They're just told to die.
That's why New York City is so fucked. It's only drive-through testing. Nobody has cars.
Yeah.
The people that made the healthcare exchanges to do the voting websites.
Yeah.
That seems the best way to go.
Soon they'll do fly-through testing. Like, if you have a private plane, you can get tested for coronavirus. Otherwise, just sit in your house and die. Go to Kroger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to get back on the road. So you guys, even though these guys are telling you that it's not going to be good, I think it's going to be fucking great in June in Phoenix.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Congrats.
I've never been to Phoenix. I heard it's all hot chicks.
No, they're all dead now.
They're all dead.
Yeah.
It's all, I hate to be insensitive, but it's, it is a lot of fucking old bitches. It's not like, all the young smoking hot ones. No. The ones that are dying. All the young smoking hot ones are fine. This is why, Tim, I'm
That's
saying
not
you're wrong.
true. There's some young people dying.
It is such a small percentage.
It's a small percentage.
You hear about every one of them because the media, as soon as somebody under the age of 40 dies, it's front page news.
100%. But it's not only dying; it's like people going to hospitals for long periods of time. Some of them are in their 30s or 40s. Legit.
Yeah,
it's true.
There's a lot of shit.
Do you know anybody, Tim?
Yeah, I know 2 people that were in the hospital. There were healthy people that are in hospitals for like 3 weeks.
You know them.
Yeah, Michael Yo is a comic who went to the hospital. He's an in shape, fit comic. Listen, I'm not saying that it warrants shutting down society, but like, if you get it from showing up to the Comedy Zone, you should die. Like, if society opens up, the people that run to comedy clubs, the first thing they do should die. Like, I don't know what to tell you. If your first thought when they open up the barn doors is like, I gotta go to Zany's, you should be killed.
Yeah, but it's like sort of. I gotta be honest with you. It's like I really, as soon as if I can drive to Connecticut and get a beer, I would just drive to Connecticut and sit down at a bar and get a beer right now, just to have some normalcy. And I think it's May 20th. They're talking about opening it back up, right? Yeah. So would you say, like, holy shit? Yeah, you're right. Anybody who's running to the fucking local Irish pub in Hartford, Connecticut, the first day that they can, they should die. But I might drive across state lines to do that. Are you saying that I should die, Tim?
No, I'm saying the people that go to your show. I'm specifically saying your show. I'm not saying anyone else. I'm saying anyone going to see you and Kurt Metzger as the
whether
first
this
thing
pandemic
they do
was happening or not
should have a ventilator in them before the end of the night.
Yeah, those guys are already dying anyways. I mean, the people
right.
They come up to buy a T-shirt. They're like, "How you doing, Kurt? I've been a fan for so long. I got stage 4 lung cancer, in my brain and in my eyes." And I just wanted to know, could I get a video of you calling my friend Johnny a faggot?
Yeah.
Before
Johnny's
I die.
dead,
and then Kurt's like, "Oh, I don't know, man. Well, I don't know about that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you give me $20 and a pack of smokes? I'll do it."
Yeah.
Hey, where are you doing Phoenix in June? By June, July, people might be going out. I might go out. I mean, I might do it this weekend.
Yeah, I gotta look up the place. It's in Phoenix. I mean, it's me and Metzger, who's being canceled for I think the third or fourth time
By the Armenians.
by the
Wait,
Armenians.
Metzger's
Finally,
being canceled again?
By
are you
Armenians,
kidding?
they're trying to kill him.
Have you not been paying attention to the fact that Metzger is currently in the process of being canceled by
I don't-
Armenians?
I don't pay
Yeah,
attention.
it's a huge event.
What did he do?
The cancellation of Kurt Metzger by the Armenians is actually a larger event than the Armenian genocide that they're mad about.
Well, I don't agree with that.
What's going on? What happened?
Pussy,
What happened with the
Tim, you fucking actual faggot.
I don't agree with that. I live here, fuck nuts. They come to my shows. They enjoy me.
Armenians?
Everyone's made fun of Armenians forever. I don't understand how Kurt's
They just got mad at this one time at Kurt. And
what did Kurt do? I mean,
they just made a joke about the
Brian, pull up the actual clip of Metzger because we could paraphrase all we want. While he's pulling that up, I'll tell you essentially what happened. But somebody had mentioned the Armenian genocide in passing, sort of as a joke. And then somebody else made another joke about it. And then Metzger piled on, made another joke, sort of tagged onto it. But these are the most mild fucking jokes.
Yeah,
obviously jokes. I mean, we are talking about they couldn't be misconstrued as serious. Anybody with a half a fucking brain hears this and goes, okay, these guys are joking. They're comedians on a comedy podcast. Number one, clue number one. Number two, the context, everything. It's so clearly a joke that if anybody's mad about this, the people that are mad about this should fucking kill themselves. That's psychotic. If you're mad about this, you fucking literally should drive your car into a fucking ravine. Right here. Is this it?
Why turkey? Yeah, no
Your
shoes in the
prayers get
mosque.
stronger.
Why turkey? Yeah.
Because April 24th was the commemoration of the Armenian genocide, so it's been on my mind.
Are you Armenian?
No, I'm a denier of the Armenian genocide. I don't think it happened.
I'm just a well-known denier of Armenian genocide.
I don't quite.
All right, yeah, you're not. Yeah, forget it. It's fine. Take it out. Take it out, Brian.
He didn't even fucking. It was the other guy.
Pause it. It's fine. Take it off. Take it off.
Yeah, Kurt didn't say anything really.
Yeah.
Yeah, on there. No, here the one guy says, "I'm an Armenian Holocaust denier," and then Brian, can you take it off the screen?
It's off the screen. You're frozen.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm thinking about buying. Should I buy a houseboat? Should I get a houseboat in San Diego?
I mean, that's the fucking move. That's the move. You're crazy if you don't do it.
Get a houseboat in San Diego. Figure out how I can become a set carpenter.
San Diego's a great place because it's just jarheads beating the shit out of each other in the street
Mm-hmm.
and good California burritos.
I was just there for like a funeral. And it's so funny because like Southern California is too beautiful for any of the cultures that exist there. Like, I mean, like I don't like even the original Native Americans. I don't think deserve that.
Yeah, how nice it is.
Yeah, and then it attracts the worst people in the world who can't look internally for any kind of like respite from.
No, they need the sun. They need like the sun and like palm trees.
That's why it's filled with fucking Armenians. That's why Armenians are in Los Angeles because like we're fucking garbage. We got the shitty glasses. We love.
I didn't know the difference between Armenians and Romanians. Somebody had to explain that to me.
Yeah, I think Armenians have more of like a fucking Persian vibe.
Yeah, and then the Romanians are gypsies, right?
Well, no, not necessarily.
Yeah, but a lot of them are.
Romas are gypsies. Romanians and Roma are not the same.
Well, that's fucking weird and confusing.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Because, I mean, then it all goes back to...
I love that Lewis just died of coronavirus in the middle of his podcast.
Can you guys hear me? Lewis, can you guys hear me?
This is your show. This is your show.
Funny. This is so fucking funny. She's just gone. He doesn't. It's his computer, but I've never seen a computer freeze this way where it's just set up to embarrass him.
He's definitely using a neighbor's computer who died of coronavirus.
Right, yeah.
There's somebody who's dead.
There's like, you know, those like 1910s, 1920s pictures of the Lower East Side with his clothes draped in between. He's got an Ethernet cable going in, stealing internet from an 80-year-old Romanian woman across the street.
Who's dead? He's ashing a blunt in her belly button right now.
Right.
She's just rotting, rigor mortis.
And her widower, who's wearing a wife beater and polka dot.
I mean, literally, the fact that he just disappeared. This is the funniest thing that's maybe ever happened.
It's hilarious. It's so funny, dude.
It's his show.
It's his show. And it's like, but what's funny is like, because I guess there is some kind of technical issue that he's dealing with.
Yeah.
The fact that it's not coming through means that it's like he could just ignore it, probably.
Yeah, I mean, did the producer Brian disappear too? Is he dead?
No, man, I'm here.
He's
okay.
There.
All right. You could. Okay. Thank you.
So, Brian, do you think coronavirus is real? And if so, do the Armenians deserve to die from it?
Brian, let's go on record now about what's the real number in the Holocaust? Is it 6 million? Give us a number.
What's the Armenian genocide number? Does anyone know that number?
I have no idea.
And what is it? Watch it be like 250.
Yeah, we're not really taught about any genocide except the big one, the World War II, the Holocaust.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's what? There's Rwanda. There's currently...
It says 1.5 million and in parentheses, disputed.
I love that.
Who wrote disputed in parentheses? Like, that's an interesting job.
Disputed as if it's like...
It's on the Wikipedia.
Disputed as if like the Bosnian genocide is like...
Yeah.
Just trying to get its shot at the title. You know?
Disputed.
like there's a bunch... I don't even know what the fuck happened in Bosnia. What was that? Serbs killing Yugos?
Yeah. Was that Milosevic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Croats were involved, right? No?
Yeah. Montenegro is another place from over there.
Yeah. Montenegro.
That's the name I've heard.
Yeah. I mean, they were, people are I think genocides start when people are unhappy with others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's...
And they can easily identify those people by race or religion.
Yeah. Maybe it's projection. Have you considered that? Have you ever considered that maybe all genocide is actually just projection? And it's sort of a, I know you are, but what am I situation?
Dude, I imagine Lewis right now just screaming, punching walls.
1,000,000%. He's destroying that apartment.
The police have been called.
Right. I'm going to open the Citizen app and see.
If he's been.
Wait until I get a notification. A man with gay sunglasses is self-harming.
Yeah.
Creating fires.
Self-harming. What's the vibe in Brooklyn where you are? Is it still like, have you gone to a Hasidic funeral just to go out and just basically enjoy yourself?
I sneak into all the Hasidic events.
They're living like there's no quarantine. They're just enjoying life.
You grow the beard and then like you just show up in regular clothes to everything and they're like, what are you? And you're like, oh, I shit my pants earlier. I had to change.
And they're like, okay.
Yeah, I shit my costume. So I got some clothes from the nurse's office.
Yeah.
The nurse gave me this Fuddruckers hat. Yeah, I still, as a grown man, I go to the hospital when I shit myself. As a child, I would go to the nurse in an elementary school.
Brian, what do you think? Do you think Lewis will return, or do you think this is maybe the last we've ever? What if we never heard from him again?
We're probably going to have to do the rest of this podcast on our own.
Like, what if he just? Where is he?
He just started his computer back up. He's on the way, he says.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, I like the idea of someone sitting in the emergency room with their pants filled with shit. just being like, come on.
Are you really thinking about Houseboat?
Yo.
Welcome back.
I literally left on Houseboat and I came back on the word Houseboat. That's great.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
We're professionals.
Did you guys defend Kurt amply?
We went another route. We talked about some other shit, and then we're right back to Houseboats. I don't know. I mean, I thought about maybe I'll rewatch Cape Fear, and that ends on a houseboat. And I thought it would be nice to have a houseboat. Make my little oatmeal in the kitchenette.
Sounds like a lot of trouble.
Sit outside on the patio area of the houseboat, smoke a cigarette. Maybe go into town for some Ben and Jerry's.
I think
it sounds great.
It's to be great. I'm 45 years old, no family, no children, don't talk to anybody, deeply depressed, fucking horrifically depressed. Start drinking
some sort of lung disease from all the mold that's growing in your house.
Lewis, are you going to leave New York? I think it's time for you to leave.
My son's mother's a fucking psycho. She just loves it here. She loves New York, even in all this shit, you know?
You got to take her to the country, buy her a big plantation.
Have her boyfriend work there.
Yeah. You know? Just be like, honey, I'm buying us a big Georgian house plantation, and your boyfriend can help us.
It's all eventually going to open back up. We'll see what happens, you know? I'm just going to get on the road more. Shane Gillis hit me up. He wants to rent this big old house in North Carolina.
I saw that. He sent that to me. He was like, bro, let's get some people to rent this beach house. And it's $10,000 a week.
Yeah, that's $10,000. It's $10,000 for 10 bedrooms. So it could be.
That's $1,000 to go to
a week.
Yeah, to go to like
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah, to have a beach house. It's a big mansion. It's a big, huge.
Dude, you could get that in California. You could come to like a nice beach.
Yeah, it's a much better idea to individually get separate Airbnbs, and you would pay way less.
Yeah.
Yeah, take over a town. That would be actually pretty badass.
Well, it's not taking over a town. It's 10 people going.
Yeah, you're not taking over a town.
I want to fucking. I'm going to come over. We're going to show up. We're going to do a flash mob.
Yeah, it's maybe at most 6 guys going on vacation together.
You might get a head nod from the guy at the deli, like, "Hey, what's up?" That would be the version of taking over the town.
Somebody get the sheriff. Somebody's trying to take over the town. Somebody's taking over
Airbnb.
We got 6 strangers coming to our quiet, sleepy beach town of Myrtle Beach.
Yeah,
they're taking over.
80,000 people. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, should people be afraid? Are people going to be afraid of me when I go to whatever local town?
No.
Because I'm a New Yorker, are they going to be like, "Oh shit, this guy has some shit"?
No, you're going to be afraid of them. You should go to Pensacola Beach and get a fight with somebody at a 7-Eleven. That feels like a good vacation for you.
You should be a manager of like a restaurant that's on the beach and it has a lot of outdoor seating.
That would be awesome.
And you use your leadership qualities, Lewis, to help execute a reopening plan.
You got to sell fucking Gas Digital and buy crabs in Pensacola Beach, Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're serving conch fritters and hurricanes.
You don't want to open up a restaurant right now. You could have, it's a good idea. Like a food truck. I can do a food truck.
Mm-hmm. How about a food monster truck where it's up 35 feet and nobody can get access to the food?
That's a great.
Drive your car up to it, and I just crush your car with my monster truck.
You have to climb up a ladder to get your Al Pastor tacos from the.
I could just see like a business investor telling Lewis why nothing's selling. He's like, the monster truck prevents people getting the food. Lewis like, it looks cool though. It's cool.
That's why there's a ladder that comes down from the monster truck, and you can climb up to the window.
Yeah,
tacos at the monster truck that way.
It's just so loud. People are horrified.
Lewis is one of the guys on Undercover Boss who ends up getting fired like midway through the episode, like when the boss sees what he's really been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. A food truck would work right now because you have it,
No, it wouldn't. People aren't going out.
Dude, I'm launching a virtual restaurant. I'm launching a line of sandwiches. It's very true.
That's smart.
It's a line of sandwiches. It's going to be East Coast sandwiches on the West Coast because our sandwiches here suck. And it'll be available Postmates, Uber Eats, DoorDash, things like that.
You know what should absolutely come back is automats. New York City should have automats again.
Oh, yeah, like where you get the sandwich out of the machine. Yeah.
That would be cool, dude. And they look the same way. And then we can bring back the New York Central Railroad at the same time. We'll demolish the West Side Highway and put trains back in.
Right.
But the way it was back and we're bringing back Hindenburgs also.
People are going out right now. Tim, you're wrong about that.
I didn't say people weren't going out. I'm saying 75 people with masks on in a comedy club that seats 500 is probably not going to be the best show.
Well, I was talking about my monster truck. My monster food truck.
I'm not saying people aren't going out. I'm saying like
Lewis is like a blackface entertainer in the middle of like the civil rights era, and he's like, "This will all die down, and we'll be able to blackface again in a couple weeks."
Yeah, he said people are going to be hungry for it.
Yeah, our horrifically anachronistic, pointless form of entertainment, where the guy goes on stage and says things that people wrote on Twitter 3 months ago, is absolutely necessary.
Yeah, it's an essential business. People need to go eat chicken fingers. It's not an essential
business. Tim is a phony. Can I point out something?
Where am I gonna find out about Corinne Fisher's gash? It's not live.
Can I tell you, Tim is a phony. Tim loves performing stand-up comedy. He's on the road every weekend. He's a fucking whatever his thing is. This is not a real thing. He's looking to get back on stage.
When it's stand-up, Lewis, 15
Are you
people.
listening to my fucking neighborhood? Listen to my neighborhood right now.
It's stupid.
Why?
I love stand-up, but when it's real stand-up, when it's not like 35 people in a bowling alley.
That is stand-up kind of, man. It is sort of real stand-up. Isn't it kind of better?
No.
We're back to the basics, baby.
But Nick is right. It's a stupid art. Like I like it because it's dumb. That's what I love about it.
It's nice to go on stage and crush. A bunch of people are paying attention to you, especially if you're like mostly riffing. That feels good.
That's fun.
But
I don't know what's going on, but I almost want to bring that camera over. There's people on my block honking like mad now.
It's for the essential workers.
It's for the
they're
hero.
not honking for the essential workers at all.
I know an essential worker honk when I hear it, and that's one of them.
It's not time. It's 7
Tell you
o'clock.
pal. I've been in this city for 483 years. Okay, I know a New York essential worker honk when I fucking.
That's the hero honk, motherfucker.
That's the hero honk. We used to 9/11. I saw the planes going to the building. I thought they were doing that for the heroes. I thought they're doing this. They're making some noise.
I said, this is a Blue Angel thing right here. This is nice.
We're blowing up the towers for the essential workers.
We're blowing up the towers for the hero and the Pentagon to honor the military.
I'm standing there on 6th Avenue. Somebody's pointing up and they're screaming and crying. I'm like, "Whoa, you must be new to the city." Never seen that before. It's for the essential workers, pal.
Yeah, we do it every Tuesday at 9 o'clock.
Every San Gennaro, they blow up the towers.
They rebuild it. They blow it up again.
They blow it up again. It's an Italian thing.
It's an Italian thing.
They rebuild it. They blow it up. They rebuild it. Bada bing, bada boom.
It's something we do in the Italian community. Yeah,
I drink an espresso and I sit there and I watch the building get blown up.
Have a slice of Joe's Pizza.
I would love actually to go to. I love San Gennaro. That's the one thing I do every single year in New York. There's all the things I think I'm gonna do. I end up inevitably missing like one or two of them, like the Orchid Show, or going to the zoo, which is fucking. There's so much shit that you just don't take advantage of in the city that you absolutely should every year. But the zoo,
the New York, I guess the Bronx Zoo is good.
Bronx Zoo.
Yeah, but Central Park Zoo sucks all the cock in the world.
Sucks.
Of course. The Orchid Show I miss, and then the car show I miss a decent amount, even though I enjoy the car show. But every fucking year I hit
San Gennaro. Why do you go to San Gennaro? I mean, if you guys don't know, San Gennaro is a big like Italian cannoli and pizza. What are they? Pizza, cannoli,
answer your question, dude. Streets are packed. Game,
espresso,
sausage and peppers, espresso.
Yeah, it's all the Italian things that you would think they're all there.
All one place, all in one. Because it sucks. You can only imagine how much it fucking sucks.
Mulberry Street, old school.
People suck. Imagine you can only accept one or two Italians like in your life, like real deal Italians. Like I got Mike Vecchione. He's in my life. He's like a real deal Italian. And Justin Silver, and he's not even Italian. He's Jewish.
No, dude, Justin Silver's is not an Italian at all.
I know, but he's the other Italian guy. You can't have.
He has all the qualities of an Italian guy. Like he's in good shape. He's retarded.
Yeah. But it's San Gennaro is their thing. You know,
it's a big deal.
Yeah, I love it. It's one of my favorite things.
What's your favorite thing about it?
The food. It's a fun event. Like I don't know. I mean, if that doesn't appeal to you, then I don't know what to say. I mean,
I go to a restaurant there called Il Cortile, and then I eat dinner, and then walk through San Gennaro eating sandwiches and other things.
Yeah.
Until I'm genuinely sick, to where I don't know if I'll have to go to a hospital or not.
It feels like a fucking like county fair. It's like going to an ag fair, except there's no animals to look at. It's just the food.
Yeah, there's no rides. There
are rides, and there's like there's karaoke contests. There's a bunch of shit going on.
Everyone's singing ABBA.
Yeah, no, San Gennaro.
It's like Disney World for Long Island trash.
Tim, you ever go to Puglia? So like,
Puglia. I know the name that I go to Il Cortile. I haven't been to Puglia, but I know the name. I know it's on Mulberry Street.
Can I see
Right?
a problem with those festivals, just in general? Because one of the big attractions is the Italian sausage, and Italian sausage just sucks. It's not. I would never order an Italian sausage ever.
Why?
It's just because it's just not. There's everything else in the world. Like you're in New York City, I could have anything. Like Italian sausage is so far down on the list of things that I'm ever gonna want to eat, and then I gotta sit there and fucking order it from some fucking.
yeah, cotton candy is bullshit. But if I was at the circus, I'd get cotton candy and I'd
Yeah, Louis, what is this hostility towards the sausage and pepper sandwich? Doesn't make any sense.
It's not good.
I don't know. You've been burying this hostility for a long time.
Yeah. It's sort of an overrated sandwich. It's not very good. It's worse than a hot dog. I'd rather a straight up regular hot dog than an Italian.
But guess
sausage
what?
and
You
pepper.
can get a hot dog at San Gennaro.
at San Gennaro. Or
You can get it, San Gennaro.
go down to Coney's Island. They canceled the hot dog eating contest this year.
Did they?
His little Kobayashi fucking had his I don't even know if he's still the guy. That was probably a decade ago.
Kobayashi's actually the guy who spread COVID-19.
Yeah.
He was in a pangolin eating contest.
Well, it's so funny too, because like they got fucking Cuomo's like on TV talking about how like making a point of calling it the European virus. But now there's this other shit called Kawasaki disease.
Yeah.
It's not COVID, that they're just
Right.
trying to blame COVID for because they got to keep the panic going.
Yeah.
And so now they're like, and now all the kids are getting Kawasaki disease. It's not,
Yeah.
I don't know how it's related, but they're both Chinese sounding. So
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and say that it's the same. So let's go ahead and throw another 15 deaths up on the board. And we're shut down for another 6 weeks, babe. We're shut down until I look smart.
Yeah. It's all over. We're shut down to San Gennaro. San Gennaro will be the city's reopening.
When is San Gennaro usually?
November. September?
Yeah, September. Late
Oh.
September, I think.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're right.
it can
It
still
is
happen. It can still happen, baby boy. Or did they already cancel it?
No, I don't think they canceled it. That's
They're
the
not
last
gonna
thing
cancel
Cuomo
it.
will
They
cancel.
would never-
That
they would
fucking
never cancel
meatball
it.
pot of sauce, Dago Wop. That is the last thing he cancels. He'd be like, listen, there's no school, there's no work, everybody's got to just fucking live in their driveway. But San Gennaro's fucking happening. That's
what
it.
we're doing, we go by the science and we go by the data. And what the data shows us is that herd immunity is the answer. So we're going to open back up for San Gennaro. We're going to infect everyone.
Yeah.
And then herd immunity will take care of it. That way we don't have to do anything stupid like lock down for 6 months. And this is, when we didn't do that, it never happened. There was never any lockdown.
Well, didn't the guy, I don't even know what it is. I don't know if it's a president, a fucking prime minister, whatever it is of Sweden, that guy, when they were interviewing him,
The king.
he was the king of Sweden.
Yeah, he's
They
a
were
little
like,
Playmobil figurine.
Yeah. He doesn't exist, really.
Right. He comes out of a cuckoo clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The virus is they don't you go in there and it doesn't seem that bad. I think
every day at midnight and at noon.
Yeah.
King of Sweden comes out of his cuckoo clock and he
Yeah, so I guess he was like, they were like, oh well, or how is Sweden compared to his neighboring countries? And he was like, yeah, we have more deaths right now. He was like, but they're going to open back up and they're going to catch right back up. It's the same shit, except they destroyed their economies and we didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
well, Sweden also has a homogenous group of people, and none of them. Not like I think obesity is much less of a problem. Like all of that shit. Bad food is probably much less of a problem.
Yeah.
Like Americans are a disgusting group of people.
do you ever see the pictures of the people that die? I feel really bad.
The number one cause of death in Sweden is being raped by Muslims, from what I
Right. That's the number one. That's the number one. And they're still listing that as coronavirus.
Yeah, so that's the main thing driving deaths.
I mean, New Orleans is like got hit crazy with coronavirus deaths, but it's like it's also like you can't take pork chops and then crust them with Reese's peanut butter cups.
Right. I mean, New Orleans for the last decade has been black people being like, you want a glass of tap water? And then just emptying like half of British Petroleum stock into a drinking glass out of their faucet.
Yeah. Detroit's been hit hard too, but that's also because like the water there is the color of Nestle Quick.
Yeah. They're all they've been drinking nothing but fucking premium gasoline.
Yeah.
Out of their faucets.
This is unleaded.
Did you guys see in
No, we
Florida
got
they
the
were,
good
they were
water here.
protesting
This is 93 octane water.
in Clearwater, Florida. They were
I've
protesting
been getting
outside of
drunk
like the courthouse and doing exercises because they wanted the gyms to be open.
That rocked.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. That was badass.
That's me, dude. I'm bringing all my weights in front of the courthouse.
Yeah, dude.
I got an eagle and the snake.
Yeah.
On one
It's like
side.
in Clearwater, Florida, there was a bunch of guys sucking each other off outside the courthouse. They were very upset the gyms weren't
They
open.
missed their steam room.
There's a bunch of guys jerking off on each other's chests to protest the lockdown.
Yeah, dude. I think
I would love
that. Well, is there something to that, Tim? I mean, you being healthy and getting yourself in shape and keeping yourself, some people can't motivate. Everyone's getting fat right now.
This has motivated me to be healthier. Legitimately, it has. I would like this to happen once a year. We get a new virus to keep me out of IHOP. Like once a year, there's just a new plague.
IHOP will deliver to me right now.
Don't tell me that. But yeah, I'm doing better. But I like you, I have a little bit more self-discipline. I've been able to maintain a ketogenic diet, which you've not been able to do because you run to sugar and you run to carbs. I've been able to stay. I really only eat what I kill.
I feed my anxiety. You have a very Rogan-esque sort of mentality.
That's the reality, Lewis. And the most keto thing you can put in your body is a bowl of fruity cereal from Magic Spoon.
Yeah.
It
the most
shows
keto
how
thing you can put in your
committed
body is another man's penis.
I've got
actually keto.
9 days left of cutting, and I cannot wait for this shit to end.
What do you mean cutting? You're cutting weight?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to lean out. My weight.
I thought you meant actual cutting, like you're
he's a cutter now.
I've been harming myself.
Yeah. You're like, I've got 9 days left of cutting. Like, until what? Like,
just
what?
listening to The Cure.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Goth Nick Mullen would be the fucking best.
What clubs in the city are starting to open?
He said, I am Goth.
Yeah.
Is anything opening, Lewis? Have you heard anything in the city opening or no?
Nothing's opening in the
city. Stand up, no chance, dude. No, it would be interesting to see what goes out of business because there's so many comedy clubs that go out of business. You know what I used to love doing is just walking around New York, and you would always you can walk. If you walk 15 blocks, you'd see like the faded sign of like fuck ass comedy club. There was always just fucking clubs I had never heard of.
Yeah, Alan Finn owned all of the clubs.
Yeah,
he owned like 7 clubs.
I have 35 properties, all going out of business around the same time. But
why don't we? Even though it's a bad investment, why don't we? When one of these clubs go belly up, because all right, stand up New York.
Lewis is about to suggest the worst idea ever.
No, it's gonna be the best idea ever. Me, you, and Tim.
It's a comedy club inside of a monster truck.
It's a monster truck comedy club.
It's a limousine monster truck that also maybe do shows in the limousine.
Lewis is going to be like, we go to Epstein's Island, we put a comedy club on the pedophile island, we fly out guests.
Prior to Gas Digital, all of Lewis's business ideas were just the movie Blank Check.
Yeah,
it's like there's a slide from the bedroom and it goes into a pool, and there's bikini babes.
Hear me out, okay? These comedy clubs are all going belly up. Stand Up New York, Dunzo. Comic Strip Live.
I think the Mossad.
Comic Strip Live, goodbye.
Yeah, that one is. They have Corona.
Dangerfields. I mean, I think I think there's that place. There's no way that place is being legitimately.
Dangerfields is being used right now as a military hospital for coronavirus victims. You walk into Dangerfields, you just see people on fucking ventilators.
Is it cool in there? I've never been to Dangerfields, but
it is. You would like it. Cool. It's the real horror of what it is. Like, there's no disguising the nightmare of what this is when you're in Dangerfield.
It's like a 40s club, right?
It's so dark. The waiters are like 90.
Yeah.
And the audiences are like just shipped in from hell. Like, it's, yeah.
If this ends,
they think the street teams tell them that it's.
I want to exclusively work Dangerfields. I'm going to start wearing a suit on stage, not cut my hair. My shit will still be all fucked up. I'm going to have a giant beard and just wear a suit and go on stage.
Why don't we buy one of these comedy clubs?
Let's buy Dangerfields.
I would buy Dangerfields in a heartbeat.
Dude,
if me, you, and Tim bought a comedy club, it would be a successful comedy club. Unquestionably. I think we could actually, and I think we could probably get a lease with almost no real repercussions, because they're going to be looking for people to pick up these leases. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to already be built out.
I'm sure that's how business works. I'm sure they'll be handing leases to small business owners with no repercussions.
I'm telling you right now, dude, without a doubt, you will be able to get a 2 or 3 year lease, unquestionably.
Yeah. Maybe you're right.
And pick up one of these places and say, hey, we'll come in, we'll do a 2-year lease. Okay. If we can't make it work, we can't make it work. These comedy clubs are going to go belly up. They're going to be just spitting out money. So, yeah, I think, without a doubt, I don't think you would have to adhere to any sort of crazy 10-year lease. It'd be hard to even get a 10-year lease at this point. 5-year leases are sort of standard.
If you're gonna buy a failing business that is facing like an uphill battle, and you can get a good deal on it, being somebody that has an audience, it's like that is like the best. It's a smarter idea than like, let's buy a pizza restaurant failing.
We can literally, if we bought a comedy club and then you get Ari or a few other people just to chip in for small amounts, small percentage owners, right? And you make it a comics run comedy club within 2 years, just by talking about it and the way it would be run and the people that would show up to do it, within 2 years, you wouldn't even have to market it anymore. It would be sold out every single, like the Stellar is. You wouldn't have to put any money into it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong. So let's buy Dangerfields.
I would, but change nothing.
We're going to change
here's the thing.
And it's also 2 nights out of the week. It's just can shows. If I have
cigarette girls that sell cigarettes.
You will absolutely be doing fucking blackface shows in there.
Oh,
but you got to bring it.
Whiteface.
You got to fucking bring it. You can't half-ass it. If you get on stage and you got fucking shoe polish all over your face, you tap dancing. You got to be fucking like 3-octave range.
Yeah.
You need to be doing an entire.
No, you got to be. It's got to be show business.
Yeah, you better learn how to be a ventriloquist. I want to see a younger, angry white dummy that's racist to you.
Yeah,
I will say this: Dangerfield has maybe the best layout of any comedy club in the city. No joke.
Yeah, it's maybe the best sound of any comedy.
Yeah, no
joke.
It has maybe the best layout and sound of any comedy club.
Sounds incredible. I would buy Dangerfield in a heartbeat. Only because, look, I think people are going to be wanting to get out of this business right now.
Dude, what if the guy who owns Dangerfield's like, let me tell you, you come to me with $700. You have Dangerfields. Like we were like, what was the price before the pandemic? He's like, $1,000. I'm taking off $300 for you. Take it off my hand. I can't die until someone else buys this club.
I'm looking at it now.
It's the curse of Dangerfields. You have to live until you sell the club.
Yes, you have to live until you say he's 400 years old.
He's a vampire.
It doesn't look the way I was imagining it.
No, it's amazing, Nick. You don't understand.
Nick, you gotta chill.
No, I was imagining like ferns and like.
No, you're crazy. That's LA. That's not New York. New York's just darkness.
No, it's dark. Yeah. It's dirty. The tables are the same tables that were.
Dude, the best story about Dangerfield ever. I saw a guy walk in with a Rodney Dangerfield statue, and he said to the owner, he goes, "Hey man, I've just had this. I'm leaving the city. Our business is closing. I just figured I thought of you. Do you want it?" And the owner didn't even respond. The owner went, ah. And then the guy just gives him the statue. And then a waiter had it. And then the owner just goes, put it downstairs. And then the guy just walks down to the crib with the
other ones.
Yeah. Oh, it's some of the most, I've only performed it 9 times. I can tell you every show, every time I've been there, because it's been every time's been a horror. Once they were just 2 couples in the room and they sat right next to each other. And you're on stage with a piano. There's a full grand piano on stage with you. You have no room to stand.
Nobody has touched that piano in 25 years.
Correct.
They just can't get it out. They can't actually get it out of there.
Dude, was Rodney Dangerfield even involved with that? I guess he was, right?
I think he was, yeah. I think back in the day.
I would buy it. Let's buy Dangerfields.
Let's buy it. I mean, they can't really charge us anything, right?
like the Copa Room or something in Vegas.
Well, that's Vegas or LA. I understand what you're thinking. You're thinking Ferns. You're thinking,
Yeah, that would be cool.
This is like a Prohibition era. It looks like a dark speakeasy place.
Yeah. No, I would want just like
it's in the ripe and bustling neighborhood of
cigarette girls going around.
Well, you could do all of that. When we own it, you can do all. You can put cigarette machines and girls selling cigs.
Raise the ceilings about 32 feet.
Yeah,
I don't know what the construction costs or that'll be, but
also we only
zoning issues.
We only book Long Island comedians. You have to commute an hour.
It's Vic DiPotetto every night.
Yeah, every night.
Every single.
No, I'm not even even work. Vic's like good. Like I'm
Vic's
talking
funny.
about like 4 levels lower than Vic.
Well, Gino Bisconti's 6 levels lower than Vic, so we got to get somebody a couple levels
But in
above
the middle.
Gino still.
Yeah. Like I want an environment where Aaron Berg is called a cuck because he's not going far enough.
Yeah. Now I just want a 40s nightclub. The vagina room.
Yeah.
The vagina ballroom.
The vagina ballroom.
It's your first time at the vagina. No,
Everybody's got to wear suits, even the women.
Yeah.
Women have to have suits.
Yeah. We got Katie Lang here tonight. The vagina room.
We got a bunch of dykes here every night.
It's a bunch of women dressed like fucking Noel Coward watching Katie Lang in blackface at the vagina room.
Did you guys see the what's her name's new the chick who did Annette? The new trailer's out for her new special.
What is it called? What's this one called?
Douglas.
But that came out a year ago.
Yeah, but it's like no one cares about her shit anymore because it's like it's a fucking everybody's, the
Did
economy
that come
shut
out a year
down.
ago?
Yeah, Douglas came out a fucking long time ago, dude.
Did
People are
it?
dying in the street.
Yeah,
No.
September at the latest is when Douglas.
I didn't see Douglas.
Are you sure? I just saw the trailer. Am I crazy?
I think Hannah's done. I think Hannah's going to go back to like
This
counting
year, May
marbles.
26.
May 26th is coming out. Yeah, no, you're wrong about that.
Well, she's been performing Douglas for.
Yeah, you can go see her perform it, but she's releasing it on Netflix as a special.
Oh.
And
Can we see the trailer?
yeah, let's see if it works this time. I don't know how the crossover video is working, but maybe it's a better source video.
Dude, how great would it be if she's all coronavirus is fake?
Yeah.
She's like a truther.
You can't get it if you're a lesbian because it's only in semen.
Why? Had I known just how wildly popular trauma was going to be in the context of comedy, I might have budgeted my shit a bit better.
Okay, pause. The premise here is that she's complaining that she doesn't have any. I already blew my load. I
Yeah.
don't have any more material. Well, come to release it anyways. Tell me
I've only been right once. What am I going to do?
I had one time I stubbed my toe.
Yeah.
Anyways, what do you guys want to talk about?
Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, the Hannah Gatsby, the crowd work tour.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's just Aaron
Like
Burr.
a fucking idiot. And now here we are. When I first started touring here, I was told I should recognize my language, to which I responded, fuck off. I mean, I've made some concessions for you. I'm not a monster. Aluminum? Mm-hmm. Why would you say aluminium when you can flirt it? Aluminum.
Oh God. This is the comic she really is.
Right.
Douglas
Nick
is a
Mullen
masterpiece
made a
of a
great
comedy
point.
show.
Yeah.
It's like whatever's going on in Australia needs to stop creatively.
Yeah. At the end of the show, that dog mounts her and fucks her.
Yeah. That's her closer. She gets
That
fucked
dog-
by her own dog.
Yeah,
And that's the premise for the
She
next.
goes, this is for
special.
Elizabeth Warren. And then she
Yeah.
gets fucked by a dog.
Douglas is a 90-minute defense of bestiality. That's what it is.
It ends with her big Elizabeth Warren impression where she gets mounted by a golden retriever and nutted it.
And then gets fucked. Now come fuck me, Bailey.
Bailey!
I mean, it's almost
my
like
grandfather, every day, he'd bend over on all fours and he'd let that dog enter him. And that's how I know I'm part golden retriever. They would tell me I've got those golden retriever cheekbones. So, Liz, the question was, are you Native American?
Yeah.
What's your legal justification
For fucking your
for
dog.
fucking your dog?
You guys want to see the rest?
yeah, we'll watch the rest of it. She has the same face as the father from the Dennis the Menace cartoon. If you guys remember that.
No, I don't.
Oh, it's a solid
And
one.
y'all, I'm taking y'all. I love y'all because y'all is the best, most inclusive second-person plural pronoun in the English-speaking world.
Fuck yes, Hannah.
Thank you, the South. What an ally.
She should still be yelling about rape. Like, this is a new level of bad.
Right. It's so funny. It's because it's like you would think at least one of these people would be like, okay, time to do comedy, and then they'd actually have the ability to do it.
Well, no,
Right.
what this is, these are all the jokes that she actually had before she wrote that one-man show.
Yeah.
And now she's doing all the, like, the silly Australian jokes
Just
that she had before that she's going to piece
Like, she
together.
should have just left. She should have blew it all up and left. That would have been a gangster move.
Yeah, comedy's low stakes, so it doesn't matter. But can you imagine being like, how come there's no women doctors? And then it's like the angry bitch is the most famous angry bitch doctor in the world. And now we're all going to watch her do surgery on a child's brain. And she's like,
Yeah. She just takes the brain out. She's using it as one of her tits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a she's trying to be cutesy. Like, now Hannah Gadsby's like trying to be cutesy. Like, I don't know any jokes.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Y'all, I'm gonna start saying y'all.
Right.
You know, they got
I'll say whatever.
You notice they've got jam and they've got jelly. There's too many things going on for something that I just might put on toast.
Yeah.
That I could just maybe put on toast. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. What the hell is this? And then here comes marmalade. And it's like, where are we? IHOP or the fucking preserve store?
That legitimately could be one of her jokes.
It's terrific.
Have you seen the preserve station at IHOP? There's no toilet paper. You can't even wipe your ass, but they got 15 different types of preserved fruit. The entire Smucker's lineup right here on the table. The waiter's missing a shoe.
And then, like, these newspapers, like, Hannah continues to expand. It's like, who's even writing these articles? Like, Hannah continues to redefine comedy.
Truly a masterpiece.
I mean,
it's a masterpiece.
Those people, because I don't. Who cares? She's good for her, dude. Good for fucking her. I got, like, obviously, whatever. There are shit comics out there that get a lot of success. So God bless her. Good for her. But it's the fucking people who write the article, who write it before they even see the special. There's redefining comedy, a new style, brand new masterpiece. It's just like, it's just basic horseshit. It is just as basic as you could. Mark Norman, who's a brilliant fucking writer, couldn't sell this special. He just put it on YouTube. Fucking brilliant. Okay. And you're going to say that this chick is redefining comedy. It's almost like it's not even the issue with her. It's the issue with sort of the press and the people who prop her up. And then she sort of takes the brunt. And I feel bad.
The Mark special is great. And then he gets really popular off of it. And then he has to release a second special. And he's like, I got to be honest with you. I kind of ran out of material in the first one. How about this? A couple of years ago, I was raped at a bus stop. It's a pretty traumatic event, so I'm going to talk about that for an hour. But
your Norman is incredible, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, I was waiting for a bus, and this guy comes up, and he asked me what time it is, and then, then he beat the shit out of me and fucked me in my ass. The worst part about getting raped at a bus stop is there's still another 52 minutes before the bus shows up.
Dude,
what do you do?
Should just perform Hannah Gadsby's entire special.
Yeah, she's a. This will be the last one.
Yeah, men are allowed to rape. Why is that okay? Why is that okay? It's not okay for a girl to do it, but when a guy does it, nobody has any problem.
Now, if Hannah Gadsby was cool, she would have done she would have done the most offensive special. Out there, defended, everything, like, just threw everyone for a loop. Wouldn't it be great to watch the press have to react to, like, Hannah Gadsby's alt-right special?
It would be the ultimate troll. I mean, ultimate. They would ignore it. They would ignore it like it would be along the lines of, like, the UVA story, where it's this huge fuck up, and then they have to, or Jussie Smollett. That's
Jussie Smollett, and then they're like, or Covington, where they're like, sorry.
How great would it be if she was just doing a character like Dice?
Yeah.
Like, it's not even like, that's not her personality. It's actually Milo in a fat suit.
Yeah.
The thing about her is she's autistic. I mean, to a level that, like, I don't know how much she knows. I don't know how much she understands what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
like she's like not all there.
Is she not? I don't know.
No, she's not. I mean, I've seen her. Like I saw her in Montreal. Like she's somewhere. It's not all the things aren't working up top.
Really?
Yeah.
And so you think she's autistic?
I just think that like she's probably surprised by all. I don't think she engineered all of this in like a
no. None of the people that have like caught this identity wave and blown up have engineered any of it.
Yeah, there's people behind her that are making this thing happen.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't blame her. You sort of go down a path and you get some sort of success. Good for her.
I said it when Nanette blew up. It was the best part of that for me is I saw it and I was like, Cameron Esposito is probably furious about this.
Yeah, no, she was. She never tweeted about it.
Yeah, and then
she never did.
She never fucking did that. Everyone was talking about Nanette, and she didn't say a fucking word.
Wow, that speaks volumes.
Yeah, and then it's like it's hilarious. I don't want to fuck it. There's no reason to twist the knife, but it's like the people that have like banked everything on identity and are trying to fucking engineer it are like some of the most cynical people in the
they're just utilizing that movement to go and fucking make some cash. They want to bank, and if they don't bank, I think
that movement's over. I think people are over it. They're done with it, especially because all of this shit happened.
That's what you want, though. I mean, it's like that kind of thinking is as delusional as Lewis's thinking is that he's going to open a comedy club this year and there's going to be 500 people going out to see it.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's what I want. But I just think there's a lot less of an audience for that right now. I could be wrong, but I just think
it's currently being canceled by Armenians. I mean, it's like
but that's not really an SJW thing. That's just like they're home, they're bored, they have time on their hands. I mean, like, is it good? Like, I just don't think people are going to get the same mileage out of getting on stage and be like, so I'm Asian.
Yeah.
So hold on. Wait, so Cameron Esposito released a special called Rape Jokes.
Yeah,
Did that come out before? Right before?
Right.
Oh, my God. She's furious.
It was rough, yeah.
Wow. What, the the situation of the rape?
Well, no. I mean, the situation. The net situation.
Wow, dude. So she was completely outshined by that.
Yeah.
I think Nanette should release a pandemic where she just talks about that coronavirus is fake. And then people have to write about that. Like the LA Times has to write about Nanette's scathing new hour just on proteins and coronavirus.
Is the Armenian genocide real? I don't know. I don't even think Armenians are real. What the fuck? Who the fuck has ever seen one of them?
And then it just says a triumph under it. The Evening Standard, a triumph. Yeah.
Armenians? What are you talking about? The cartoons locked up in the Warner Brothers Tower?
Yeah.
Yakko, Wacko, and Dot? Is that who it is?
Yeah.
I've never met a fucking Armenian in my life.
Yeah.
And our country's filled with dumb bullshit. You know how many races you can upset?
Dude, Nick, did we ever talk about that other Australian chick?
This group of people live in Australia. The name of the people has got 82 syllables in the name, and they don't even have a written alphabet.
Did we ever talk about that other Australian chick, the Dad's Google History girl?
Demi Lardner.
Did we ever talk about her on the show?
I don't know anything about her other than that clip.
Yeah, what exactly are we gonna discuss?
I just want to know if you've seen the clip, if it's fucking.
Everyone's seen it. It's a meme. Everyone's seen it.
Has everyone seen it?
But I haven't seen any of her stand-up otherwise. The guy that
I don't want to because there's no way it's as bad as that, so it's going to ruin that for me.
The guy that produces all of our Australian tours, he works with her a lot, and he's always said she's very funny, and I'll take his word for it. She's
probably a sweet woman who's very funny.
Yeah, I want to go back to Australia, not even to do comedy, just to fucking hang out with Australian people, because I kind of there's they're very optimistic, but not in the way Midwesterners are, where they're clearly lying about it.
Right. Australia's a beautiful island where there's reason to hope.
It's great. Yeah. And they're all genuinely.
Tim, have you been?
Never been there. I was talking to Jim Jeffries the other day, and he was like, he would set me up with some dude who could. That's where I might see. Here's the thing. I would go do that shit before I go to like 20% full comedy clubs in the Midwest in America. I'd go do a tour in Australia or somewhere like that. That might be cooler.
Yeah.
Let's
I wanna
buy a
go.
comedy club in Sydney, Lewis.
Let's buy Australia.
Yeah.
Dude, the Sydney Opera House you could probably get for fucking $4 million right
Dude,
now.
we could get it. We have followings. People listen to us.
Yeah, we each get one of the shells.
If we can
Did you
get
see
a
Ralph
2-year
Sutton
lease
walking
on a
around the
comedy
Sydney Opera
club
House?
in New York City right now, why not? Just to see. Just to see.
Get us the price. Get us the price.
How much could somebody, if they wanted to get out, if their business was fucking, floundering and they were losing money and they were going to,
I don't think Dangerfield's ever had a business, though, so they might not be the.
Dangerfields might not be in. Okay. Dangerfields is definitely some mob run shit. There's no way that is a legit. I've never seen more than 3 people in there ever. And they've been open for 4 years. It's so common.
Yeah.
But Stand Up New York, it's Comic Strip Live, one of these old timey. These guys were all on their last leg anyway. Okay, no offense. And I love Stand Up New York. I'm sure they're going to hear this.
Lewis, if you bought a club, I would move back to New York just to watch the unfolding array of disasters.
Dude, I would have the best comedy club in the fucking world.
Yes, but it would also be hilarious. Like, you would punch a waitress in the face. There would be there would be things. You would have to do a reality show about you owning a comedy club.
We would make the waitress have to get jumped in. Like
a gang. Lewis owns a comedy club for 3 months. That would be the name of the reality show.
I could never do it. I could never own a business or manage that shit. That would suck. I would hate it.
You don't have to manage it.
You're a silent partner, Nick. You just show up and perform. Lewis executes.
I'm going to execute. Exactly. We actually execute 1 waitress per month.
I would hate having to have employees. That would suck.
Lewis just has Zoom meetings for the comedy club, and he disappears in the middle of the Zoom meeting, and you just hear him screaming and punching the walls, and all the waitresses just sit there and do coke, waiting for him to come back.
Yeah.
There would be an open cocaine policy.
Seriously though, should I drive to Arizona this weekend and do guest spots?
100%.
You should drive to Arizona anyways and just get the fuck out of the city, dude. I mean, it's like, I should go on a drive. I wanted to go upstate, do something, but I'm trying to get some work done. So I figured I'll stay here and punish myself.
Why don't we do a show in Charlottesville, Virginia?
I would love to.
Hear me out.
We'll all rent Dodge Chargers and we show up at the same time.
Hear me out. We rent a park.
Yeah.
We do a nice show.
I haven't been paying attention to that story at all. Was that kid up to no good?
The kid that drove
Oh wait, no, you're talking about the different racist thing. Yeah.
Was that kid up to no good?
No, I was talking about the Ahmaud Arbery. I'm talking about the Ahmaud Arbery kid. You were talking about the
Ahmaud Arbery. We're talking about the guy driving a Dodge Challenger through the fucking Unite the Right
people.
Yeah. I was talking about those white guys that murdered the black kid.
Yeah, that was in Atlanta or something.
Yeah, Ahmaud Arbery was jogging or walking around. He walked into a construction site a few times and then they murdered him.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to that. I haven't been paying attention to anything. And I've been doing this thing where I'm like, nobody's paying attention to this shit. We're all just fucking quarantined. And I look online and there's I guess, Kurt Metzger's being canceled by Armenians and there's another.
It's not really, by the way. If you look at the hashtag cancel Kurt, it's one guy using it, but he's not even that motivated. He's using it every other day. So it's it's just people are fucking stupid. People are lazy. Ari's still fucking out there working. If Ari can come back,
where is Ari though? He just texted me today. I'm like, where are you? Every time Ari texts me, I just respond, where are you?
He's staying with his parents.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what. Yeah, okay.
I believe so. All right. Look, let's wrap this one.
Skankfest.
Yeah, Skankfest is happening.
Where?
Houston. Skankfest South. Okay. Houston. September 25th to 27th. Kickoff party on the 24th. I mean, Texas right now is opening back up regular. So grab your tickets, skankfest.net. We didn't put the tickets back up for sale yet just because we wanted the smoke to clear a little bit more. We don't want to, God forbid, put the tickets back up and then have to issue refunds again or move the date again. That's going to fucking suck. Just
put a disclaimer, this time we keep the money.
I kind of want to do a little Austin homecoming show. Small thing, black box, fucking 90 seats. North Door or Spider House or something. That'd be fun.
Do that. I will fucking go to that and do a spot on that if you'd have me, and then go.
Dude,
I love Austin.
Then let's plan to do an Austin thing, and we'll split. We'll do like, we'll switch. We can either one night or the other, or like a dual show or something, or like, does that appeal to you or no?
Yeah, I'll do whatever, dude. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe
I'm gonna come as well, but not do the show with you guys.
Yeah, maybe
it's gonna be competing.
Maybe 30.
Well, you're gonna own the place. You're gonna
I'm double dipping. I'm producing your show, and then I have my own show at 30% capacity across the street.
Yeah,
that I'm gonna be competing with you guys, but I make more money than everybody involved.
I'm into it.
Yeah, we go to Franklin Barbecue, which I've never been to.
It's really good.
I've never been. There were so many other barbecue options.
They're all good. Here's the thing. They're all amazingly good. I will say this. Maybe it's because you wait in that line. Franklin's is probably the best for me.
Oh, is that the one that Tim, I was with you at Moon Tower, right? Is that the one we went to?
No. We went to a really good one.
We went to a big one where you had to wait in line. It was a very
and it was great. We went to La Barbecue, which is amazing. That's amazing. That's also they're all good.
Okay. Fuck that, dude. I go to Mighty Quinn's in New York City, and it fucking blows them all out of the water. I'm sick of this Texas. Yes, it does.
You're out of it does. Mighty Quinn's sucks. If you want good barbecue,
Mighty Quinn's is great.
No, you go to John Brown's Smokehouse in fucking Long Island City.
If you want good barbecue in New York City, you go to Austin.
Yeah, you go to Austin.
Yeah, what
used to be really good was that place in Fort Greene it's the people that own Peaches. They had another place, and I forget the name. It was like the Smoke Joint.
It wasn't Dinosaur, right? No, that was a big one.
Dinosaur's good.
It was
Dinosaur's
the Smoke
good.
Joint.
Feta Sow, right? Feta Sow was popular.
The Smoke Joint was awesome, but then I guess they decided to change it into another like Peaches location.
So
I just wish that we could go to that Chinese place, Hunan Dynasty. Where did you take me, Nick? That place?
Oh, Han Dynasty. That's a chain.
Han Dynasty. Yeah,
they're all over.
They're open still. They'll be open, right?
Yeah.
So you think Mighty Quinn's actually sucks?
Yeah, dude. It's not great.
It's not as good as you can get fucking. I didn't even know what like good barbecue was until I lived in Texas. I mean, it's not like forget just even Austin. You go to like if you go down to Lockhart, go to Voices or Smitty's.
Doggy, let me tell you something. Here's what happens. We live in New York City. Okay, in every city in this country.
I live in Beverly Hills, bitch.
You go to Seattle, they're like, oh, the coffee in Seattle.
I live
you go
in
to Texas,
Brooklyn.
you go, oh, the barbecue in Texas. You go this way, and all those people that are great at it, eventually they get their shit together and they move to New York City. So you can get the guy who was the best.
But Louis, you need to do it outside. It has to be outside.
Not true. I mean, like the fucking you go to other places. It doesn't apply to even fucking international food. And there's no reason for international.
You could get decent. You can get good Italian and French food in New York. You cannot get good Creole food, and you cannot get good barbecue. You just can't. Those things rely on temperature, the humidity, things like that. You can't duplicate that as easy as you can duplicate tomato sauce or whatever.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But I'm just saying I've had some incredible. Fucking every sort of thing you could get in New York City. It's the one cool thing about New York City.
No, listen, nobody's arguing you that on average, New York's got the best food because you are right. Really good people go there. But when it comes to
admit this, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being an asshole. I haven't tried enough barbecue in Texas. The barbecue that I have tried in Texas, I was very disappointed with. I've had better barbecue in New York. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't been to the right places.
Part of it is the atmosphere of like being in Texas, being in like a scene from True Detective, being in a dark satanic wood.
But you have to admit that New York, if there's one place you're going to go that's going to get the highest quality of sort of everything from around the world, you can find decent Creole. Yeah. Right? You can find good Creole.
Thanks Fest South, you're going to do this. We're going to add a Austin Real, whatever this show is called, the Real Good Podcast Guys or whatever.
That's best at radio, Nick. Say it.
Sorry.
Podcast guys. The podcast guys.
Fucking podcast.
The show's called Douglas.
A couple of Dougs.
Yeah.
Doug is a great name for a lesbian. So real Doug.
Yeah. My new special is, I said it was called Dogless. They misheard me. It's because I haven't been able to fuck a dog since I got raped, because a lot of people don't know this, but a dog actually has at the base of its penis, it's called a dog knot. It's a bulb that gets it's stuck into your ass or your pussy. And my pussy was torn by being raped, so the dogs are incapable of locking the dog knot into my ass.
Yeah. Yeah. LA Times, a stunning achievement.
One of the great life-changing events was seeing Douglas at the
Douglas.
at Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do the Austin thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen to me. Skankfest, I'm hoping that everything happens. It looks pretty good right now, and we'll be down in Houston. Houston looks like it's opening back up right now. That's like one of the cities that they talk about that they don't give a fuck. They're just out there. Wisconsin, I heard, is opening up without any restrictions at all.
They have do they have any comedy? Like, yeah, they do Appleton, and there's a few places with
Skyline.
But you don't even need a comedy club at this point. Just go to a fucking bar. Go to a rock club. Who cares, dude? I did a rock club in Indiana. It was fucking awesome, dude.
I agree with you. Yeah, I think that's even better. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, especially right now where it's like you have to worry about like capacity. I don't want to go to a big comedy club, and you know, you're right. It's a big, empty, cavernous thing. But if you find the right setup,
comedy clubs, I like hated them, but like, and I stopped doing stand up. But with this ends, I kind of want to just be a club comic, and maybe I don't know, maybe it's like a going back to my youth sort of thing. But I would kind of want to be in like a big shitty club with nachos.
I'll let you know how that is. I may drive and do that in Phoenix, and I'm just gonna do guest spots, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, please let us know, because I have gigs with Metzger coming up in Phoenix as well at the end of June. Utah, I've never been to Salt Lake City. That looks like that's going to be tacked right onto that same exact weekend. So, yeah, look out for all that stuff. You know, support everybody, subscribe to everybody's shit, all the social medias and all that other stuff. Anything else, boys?
No, buy the shirts. Come.town.
Come.town. Make sure you buy those shirts. Support Tim.
If you're in LA, I'm
podcasts.
launching a line of sandwiches very shortly.
Are you really launching a line of sandwiches?
Yeah, 100%.
We should open, if the sandwiches work, let's get a lease and open a fucking automat in New York.
No, I want to open a deli in Manhattan Beach. Like, I want to get out of this whole business and open a deli. I've always wanted to own a deli.
I want to own an
Tim, I have a great name for a sandwich place.
What's it called?
I almost don't want to say it because I feel like people will take it.
What is it?
Bastard sandwich.
Yeah, bastard sandwiches.
Yeah. The signature sandwich I'm going to have is called the Fat Racist.
It's called Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
It's a guy
called Subway.
Solid sandwiches.
That's a very bad name.
That's a great name. Solid sandwiches? Solid sandwiches and salads? Solid sandwiches, salad shop? Having a solid salad?
It's almost one of the worst names I've ever heard. Because it just sounds like shit. Like let's go to solids. It's just like nobody wants that.
It's solid. No, not solid.
It sounds like something bad in your like lipid profile.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds like something. We had some problems with your blood transfusion. They were solid.
Yeah. Are you hungry or did you have solids? It sounds like a medical diagnosis.
Right.
It's also not an appetizing way to describe a sandwich.
Yeah. It's just like we're opening a place called the Diarrhea Deli.
Yeah.
We have everything's named after types of shit.
This podcast should just be me coming up with business ideas and you guys making fun of them.
Yeah. Like Shark Tank.
Yes,
exactly. Lewis should do Shark Tank, but for homeless people. Like homeless schizophrenics get to pitch Lewis ideas. And then him and Ralph get to green light some of them, and the reward is a podcast.
We're going to buy Dangerfields, and we're gonna beat off in there.
Yeah.
We're going to get a Dangerfield. You can pull your dick out. It's a different type of Dangerfield.
And Ralph is like, listen, I love masturbating, but the reality is the profit model there?
Yeah. I recently read a book from Spencer's Gifts about masturbating in public.
All right, guys. I'll see you soon.
All right,
later, buddy. Nick, you're the best, dude. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for listening. Go subscribe, iTunes, everywhere else. It's really anywhere you can find it. It's up on my YouTube channel as well. And that's that. Bastard Radio, episode 3 in the books. Goodbye.